Kieran, yeah, you have to stop. Hello, everybody. You gotta stop with this. I brought non-generic beer. Or generic, non-branded beer.
Oh.
All right, so we open a beer.
Beautiful.
Well, I know you don't drink here, but you just have to do as this because we just made $1.5 million on Kickstarter. You don't want beer over your entire thing.
No, please don't spill it again.
Where's that camera?
Cheers.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations, and you gotta restart the game.
Restart
Everything's
it?
wrong. No, because we have all the stretch goals now. So this game is going to get much bigger.
You want me to reset it and just add all the stretch goals now?
You have them?
Right now? I don't have them right now.
Oh, that's pity. Actually, I'm pretty sure it streamed for a second, therefore we had everything.
If we had them all right now, I'd have Melody playing Melody.
That's actually true.
Bad
Yeah, you're not even in the
Next
game
time.
yet. Yeah, we have to add you to the game now.
Yeah.
So I have a whole bunch of happy writers. I just come from a writer meeting on Baldur's Gate 3. And so I just told
Just
them
a
that
little
you need to
nudge.
write 160 extra pages of text, and you need to do that by the printing deadline for
At
the
least
board
we've
game.
done at the end of today. Enjoy.
Yeah, they're going to be doing that.
Oh yeah, we didn't tell them before the stretch goal, did we?
They didn't know.
No, okay.
No, we just, but they know the origin stories by like the back of their hands.
Yes.
Remember that one?
I do.
So this has been
There it
a
is.
awesome campaign, eh? So
Yeah.
I'm
Thank you
breaking
very
into
much.
your game. Hi Owen, I'm so nice to meet you. We haven't met yet. Yeah. Melody, I've been having drinks with you, so I know you. Annika, obviously, I know. And Kieran, you are the hero who's been on the world everywhere. There's only one guy missing right now, which is Tom from Lynn Vander Studios, who, together with Josh and Dylan, have been traveling the world also to promote the game. Unfortunately, Tom got stuck in an airplane. So he got stuck somewhere in Canada. He didn't manage to make it here. We're in Dublin right now. And so yeah, we're gonna have to drink without them right now. But we'll make sure that we do something with them still. So here's to the guys
Cheers.
from Lynn Vander.
Cheers.
Designed this wonderful
Lynn
board
Vander.
game. Yeah. And it's cool. You like it?
The game?
Yeah,
or
not the beer. The beer. I mean, man, have you looked at the label of the beer?
That's my favorite non-brand.
There we go.
I think it's really good. I think it's great.
Okay.
And I think everyone's in for a great time.
No, I think they are too. I mean, like I remember playing this for the very first time, and already then it had really a lot of potential. But it's been growing, and as a campaign, and you guys have been playing it more and more and more. You've been learning how to make this game even better.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
And it feels very much like the video game.
It does, doesn't
right?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally the reason that triggered it for us to say we absolutely have to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, that sold it, right? Like as soon as it felt like it was Divinity, it was like, okay,
Yeah.
well,
It's also
everything.
really easy to pick up because of that, because it's
Yeah.
so familiar.
We just need to sell matches with it so people can put stuff on flame. You know, like it's like a
Marshmallow on a stick.
Yeah, you know,
That'd
as
be
long
an
as you-
item.
You're on
As long
fire
as all the
now.
cards are flame retarded, we'll be all right.
So, we have a whole bunch of stretch goals that are unlocked. We have 16 pages times 10 of origin story content.
Times
That's gonna be
11.
11, that's right, I forgot. So times 11, that's even more. It's going to be really...
You have to go back to the writers and tell them.
it's going to be a lot of
Christmas
work.
is cancelled.
Yeah.
We got a truckload of miniatures. How many miniatures do we have now?
Oh, it's close to 30 actually.
yeah.
If you include all the expansions and things like that, it's at least 30
That
miniatures.
is that. It's going to be quite.
And
a
then
lot
we
of
added,
miniatures,
like,
including
20
some big
chickens.
ones. because
Yeah.
that's the really cool part.
Like the Kraken is like, yeah, it's big.
Did we ever show the community or the stream the original Kraken that Tom had? You know, like this really big thing that he used to demo the entire principle of a boss fight.
No, but I've got the Kraken now. We can whip it out. And just.
You have it with you?
I don't have the mini. No, I don't have the mini. I've got the cards.
Oh no.
No. Like, no, because that was one of the things that Tom did to sell the game to us, right? He said, "Hey, you got to try the Kraken," and we
Yeah.
fought the Kraken.
Yeah. So we saw the beginning of the game, middle of the game, and then the Kraken fight, and then it really felt really good.
Yeah.
And then we have barrels also and chickens, which I'm really happy about, by the way.
Yes.
One day we should release all the footage that they cut because they thought it was politically incorrect that we said about you when you were turned into a chicken.
It wasn't politically incorrect. It was just inappropriate.
It wasn't very nice to you, I know. But that was cool. And then we have so barrels is going to give us environmental effects on top of it.
Yes. So yeah, barrels will affect the actual environment as opposed to just the people in there, which is
It's
really
big.
cool.
How exactly is that going to work?
So you know where you've got your different location effects here.
Yeah.
Basically, you'll have things that will go over it to modify the location, which is pretty sick. It's actually a really nice system. I was talking to Dylan about it before we announced the stretch goal.
Yeah.
Should be a really simple, but it'll add a lot of depth to it.
Yeah, that's the thing. As we added these stretch goals, we wanted to maintain simplicity also. So it explains fairly easy, I would say. I mean, you too, Melody? Yeah, you had an easy time understanding the game as you got into it.
Yeah.
Because the mechanics explain themselves very gradually as you start playing.
Yeah.
So that is really cool. And then what else did we add on top of it? We have a whole bunch of crafting, obviously.
I love that that's part of it.
You like crafting?
Yeah, we just made some scrolls and stuff.
Yeah.
we're really lucky with
There's
what
one
we
thing we
got,
weren't
yeah.
allowed to make.
Well, I
which you
mean,
were very upset
We need
about.
to appeal to Tom to allow a mushroom arrow.
A mushroom arrow, obviously.
Yeah.
Like a,
Guess I
yeah,
could
I wanted
poison
a
you.
cheese throwing starter.
I can see there's plenty of room for expansion here. So
Yeah,
I think
so
you hit the holy grail there.
we've expanded the crafting with the stretch goals.
All right. So
The
what else did we
crafting
add
of rubbish
on top of it? So obviously,
Well, we had the
Does
mini,
no
the big
damage.
mini
Yeah, it's just
expansion,
fun.
Yeah.
which
It's
is
like
adding
If you got a
Manatee and Dallas and
Brachus.
Brachus Rex.
Yeah.
And
Nightmare modes. Whole different.
yes.
Nightmare mode, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty sick, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for those of you who like the hardcore mode in DOS 2, it's going to be just as difficult, if not worse. So if you wanted to see
Looking
Annika
at
die, we could have played hardcore mode and that would have...
You really did your best
Begin
to
the
get me
game, you
killed.
are dead.
Well, that's the GM and me coming through. But yeah, so
resisted.
yeah, Nightmare mode, the new minis, the storybooks that we've just unlocked,
Yeah.
the barrels.
Yeah. Then the dialogue choices also that made it into.
That was previous, right?
Well, that was already but that was added in the stretch goals.
Oh, the
Yeah,
NPCs.
exactly,
Yes. So yeah, no, NPCs are there. Yeah, NPCs.
Yeah.
So there's new NPC cards which weren't there before
Yeah.
as well.
And we have the cheese vendor.
The cheese vendor also, is that actually, he is supposed to have like a real deep gameplay impact. So explain that again to me.
Only if you're lactose intolerant.
He's a boss if you're lactose intolerant. Yeah, no, he's going to be one of the merchants in the game that you'll encounter, and he won't shout at you too much,
Okay.
not too much.
So we still have a lot of development work on this also. So there's a lot of testing to be done now because all those mechanics need to be added. We have to go through the entire game, test if everything works. So there's going to be a lot of play testing. So you think we'll be ready on time?
As in,
That's like with the video games, right?
yeah. Like, so on time was 2025, right? Is that what we said on the
Oh,
Kickstarter?
no, please no.
Okay. No, yeah.
No,
Like,
I actually want to play this. I mean,
there's
I can play
there's
this.
development to go, but we have time, so we're hoping to still make that date of October
Yeah.
for sure. But I mean, just like everything that we make, we want to make sure it's the best we can make it. So we will do our absolute best to hit that date.
So if you were to add one more stretch goal, what would it be? We're not adding any stretch goals anymore. We've had enough. I mean, this box is full. But what would it be that you would have added if you could have added
Putting me
it?
on the spot.
Yes. Because it's a live stream, people are watching.
Buddy.
It's-
There's nothing better than
You went Buddy, the dog,
Buddy would be
Buddy.
great.
I'm
So you
so,
can kill
so
him?
sad. I actually did.
and eat him
And it, no.
to get his memories.
No.
Yeah. And what would you
You
do with
remember
Buddy?
running through the
You know, there's a
fields.
mod for the video game actually that
Yes.
expands the
Yeah,
Buddy story.
But that was
completely.
after I got already heartbroken by the story. Like the first time, I just had to like live with him being utterly disappointed and ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
And the second time, I actually accidentally killed him,
That
and that
happens.
was awful because I was like, I engaged in code. I was like, I don't want this.
I can see where the accidents happen.
Yeah.
They happen in the game also.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it captures it also. So you figured it out yet? You thought you would change the
I like-
She did that very well actually.
Yeah, she did. She's doing her job very well as well. She's helping me out. No, So it's cheesy. I'm incredibly happy
We have
with
a cheese
it.
vendor already.
No, but like adding more. Like we discussed this with the stretch goals during PAX Unplugged. We were talking about it. And we were like we discussed as well adding more players, right, and that sort of thing. I'd love more players, but we know
6
fundamentally,
players, yeah.
we know fundamentally that we would have to hack the game, and it was really important to us and to Limvander that we kept it as smooth as possible and didn't just hack something in there and
Yeah,
fill
I
that
agree.
in. So definitely would have loved to have it in there, but by doing it, it would have required a huge redesign, which we couldn't do without blowing
Changing
the budget.
everything, resetting the entire thing. But I agree, that's the one I wanted to really have, was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
an extra 6 players. So there was hard fights fought for it, but reason prevailed.
Yeah, reason is unfortunate sometimes.
No, it's right. It would have broken the game most likely. So we'll have to. If
Yeah.
ever we want to make another one with 6 players, we'll have to figure out a couple of.
I mean,
different
we
mechanics.
have it. We do have a hacked way that we might like literally just put out for free, so you can play a hacked 5-player because there is a hacked 5-player we came up with.
That's like the video game.
Yeah, like the video game, but yeah, like
Support mods now.
so we're already doing Larian mods for the board game.
There's an editor for this.
We're gonna speed up the movement. Actually, is what we're gonna do. No, yeah. So
There's nothing wrong with the movement in the original
I'm
Sin
not
2. I
saying
don't
there's
even know what
anything
you're
wrong with
talking
the
about.
movement.
Yeah.
There's something. Yeah, I've got a sore point there. No, yeah, no. We obviously we played with some ideas of hacking it, but we just didn't feel like it was going to ruin the. It really plays smoothly right now, and it just would have.
No, I mean, well, you've seen that. You've been to several PAXs now. You went to Board Game GeekCon. Where else did you go?
I've pretty much been on the road for 4 weeks,
Yeah.
showing it to everybody, which is good. No, it's been fun, and BGGCon was actually really interesting because it's so. People just want to play games. So you're not. No one's there to
favorite
buy
kind of
anything.
audience.
They're just there to play, and so that was a really nice, clean experience for them just to come and play a new game. And then PAX Unplugged is it's like the board game side of all the other PAX is, but just that, which as you can imagine,
Yeah, which
I
is pretty cool
hated.
also.
No, I
Yeah.
loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, you would imagine. No.
So that was really.
So what
that
was
a
your
good experience.
highlight of the entire campaign that we had? Because this is like our last day that we're entering. How many hours do we still have left? 40 something?
It's like
Less?
35, I think.
35 now?
Yeah, I think we're ending at like lunchtime tomorrow or
Yeah.
something for us.
So
Highlight.
it's even like less than 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, Highlight has to be hitting 1 million during PAX Unplugged, and PAX Unplugged was a great experience because we were playing it all weekend, and
Yeah.
you were getting from even just with DOS 2 and DOS 1, PAX is a great experience because you're that kind of.
Absolutely.
You're literally just talking to people playing the game, and they're
Yeah.
just there to experience it. And that was what we had. So, lots of Divinity fans playing it. Lots of them telling us exactly the same thing, that it feels like the video game. As far as I'm concerned, as someone who's obviously, my job is to talk about the video game primarily.
Yeah.
To have people then say, yeah, the board game is giving me that feeling. That's what you want. So.
Yeah. So, and do you think that people who haven't played the video game that they're going to get something from it? Have you played the video game?
Not much. Not as much as I should have. No, I'll tell you what.
We need to find this guy.
Get out.
I started it on PlayStation 4. Then, just shortly after I started, they announced it for Switch, and then I wanted the Switch version because I thought I would.
Did you know we have cross saves?
I did.
The PC
That's
version?
it's a very exciting thing that entered into my decision that that's what I want. That's what I want. So yeah, I'm gonna get the Switch version.
Put him on the spot there.
It was just a genuine question, man.
No, but like as someone who has
play.
limited experience of the game, I think this is great. I understood how it works
Yeah.
pretty much. As far as I know, Source, you can just go nuts with
Willy
it.
nilly, just go for it.
Just
Yeah.
let those
Not
boys
so
walk and come.
culty.
Yeah.
Oh, shh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
Oh,
not
they don't know.
to
Oh, sorry.
come by and nothing bad will happen. Ever.
Yeah, nothing. No, yeah, it's in terms of that though, it's been a good experience just showing it to people who haven't played the video game, because in that regard, so you're telling them, okay, well, no, it's an adventure game. It's a group co-op experience that you're going to adventure for 20 hours of table time, and in that regard, I think what impresses people the most is how simple it is to teach. Again, like
Yeah.
I'm at a point now where you can teach it in 10, 15 minutes while you're playing. It's not
Is that
even like
without a keyring in the box? Does that work too?
yeah, no, it will. Like I think that the tutorial that we're building
Need a
right
Kieran
now.
app.
Is that the additional stretch
I'm
goal?
the stretch goal.
Well, actually,
If we hit 2 million, no,
Human cloning.
we're just gonna
Million.
record me and just play it on your phone. No, so yeah, like, and the Livander guys will say this too. Like once you've gone through the tutorial, and the tutorial is all self-explanatory, it's a very quick teach.
Yeah.
And what's nice about it as well, because of the way the sheets work, if we don't have, say, Annika can't play and she just decides to not play in our group anymore because Mallory set her on fire. Like we can add
You'll get
somebody new
bullied.
in really easily because of the way the character sheets work. And in that regard, it's still a quick teach and it's a quick way of slotting them in. So it's very flexible.
so how many hours of gameplay are we looking for as a cooperative game that you will play over multiple sessions?
We're aiming for 35 to 40.
That's a lot.
Yes.
Do you know how much time it takes to test a game that takes 40 hours?
41
I'm pretty
hours.
sure.
I know, I see why you brought it.
I'm pretty sure I'm working on BG3 next year, so I think
Yeah.
Livander's gonna have to work.
So 40
No, yeah.
hours, and then you have to do multiple iterations, so
Yes.
that takes several weeks
Yes.
just to go through it. So it's going to be interesting to get everything sorted in time.
Pretty sure Michael's working on cloning me.
He is.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. You want to have a Kickstarter campaign?
Only needs 700 million. I think we can do it.
Yeah,
If you want more Kieran, back me on Kickstarter.
they don't want more Kieran.
You would be surprised. I think. I mean, like you do an excellent job of explaining the game as evidence because they got it, and we saw you in action on PAX.
Yep.
So that seemed to be working very well. Also, with lots of people getting on with it. So this is very cool. So this was a really successful Kickstarter campaign. I'm very happy. It's like a pity that
Thank you very much,
Lin-
everybody.
the Lin Vander guys aren't there.
Hard work.
Yeah.
So did he ever actually get home? So Tom was stuck on a plane. He was trying to get from where is it?
Canada
Toronto?
to London. Yeah, Toronto to London, yeah.
Toronto to London, London to Dublin. And so then he got mixed in this horrible war between two airline companies that were pointing fingers at each other's. And so devils were involved and their contracts. And
In the toilet for 6 hours.
and in the end, I mean, he just couldn't make it. So
Yeah. There's always a devil contract somewhere along these negotiations.
yeah,
But
it happens, right? So for all of those of you who are looking for Baldur's Gate 3 news, you'll have to wait a little bit more. But it's coming. We're working very, very, very hard on it. So I think next year should be an interesting one for you. But in the meantime, I'll let you carry on with your session and with your stream. And I hope that it goes well. May the best win. Yeah.
It's a co-op. I know. We've gotten over this.
I know, but you still have.
It's quote unquote cool.
There's also loot.
Yeah.
Last person not on fire.
Don't worry about
She
that.
keeps taking it. She's literally playing a card game.
I can imagine that. All right. Well, I'll go back cracking.
Yeah.
The
Thanks
next
for dropping
game.
by.
Sorry?
Thanks for dropping by with the.
Oh no,
Five.
I've been watching the entire time as I was doing a review meeting. So the review meeting was going very well also, so I said I can disappear
Cool.
and come back, but now I have to go back and talk about things. All right.
Alright.
So thank you everybody. It was an amazing campaign. I think you can you will genuinely appreciate the board game when it releases somewhere after Kieran finished with the testing and Lin Vander finished with the testing. We're going to make it a really beautiful box. It's going to be high quality. You're going to love hopefully every aspect of it. And if you played the video game, you're going to recognize it instantly. And if you haven't played the video game, I think you're going to be in for quite a treat because it is a cooperative RPG that is very easy to get into and that has quite some surprises actually. And also now a whole bunch of cool miniatures and poison daggers. So mushroom daggers. Sorry, mushroom arrows. Was it now? Mushroom
Yeah,
arrows.
mushroom arrows.
Why not?
Okay.
Cheese
So this is
fries.
it's very cool.
Somewhere I could hear Dylan screaming. I'm pretty sure.
I am. Do you know that book? I have no mouth, but I must scream.
Oh no, actually.
We're fine
Let's
reading.
do a review of it now.
Book club. We're trying to get into a book club.
All right, I'll let you guys get on with it. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
And thanks for our generic beers.
You're welcome. This is lovely.